So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
Well, hello, everybody. I was expecting an intro video here, but I guess we're just coming straight to us right now, and we're going to be going straight into the matches here. It is week number 3 for US Canada West over here, and we've got ourselves a lot of very, very, very strong players here in this top 8, and I think you guys are going to be super excited and have a great time watching these matches today. And of course, I'm joined by Ringe. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, what's good, man? Yeah, this is Wednesday Night Fights, but that intro was Monday Night Raw. You feel me? So we're just into it here for the World Warrior number 3, right? And this is a super region, so the
Right.
actual number 1 placement matters all that much more because it's not actually going to apply to like a seeding in the regional finals. That person is going to be directly qualified into Capcom Cup. And yeah, 3 means we're halfway done, or more than halfway done, right? We only got 5 of these total. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it all shapes up here as we get going. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I just want to, also say, great job, by the way, at UFA, dude. You literally just flew back from France, but you guys are
Indeed.
doing the analysis stuff over
Hmm.
there, which is something that we've been wanting to do at fighting game events forever. Have these kind of analysis segments and stuff, and so I thought you did an awesome job with that. So good stuff. I mean, despite the fact that you had to keep closing VLC error boxes and the TV would stop working and stuff like that,
Yeah,
not your fault.
yeah. There's slight tech issues. It got grooving on the final day. I think I think the VOC issue did happen on the final day, but I tried to handle it as well as I could. I thought I did a pretty decent job. But yeah, man, I think that stuff is definitely about bridging the gap. You know what I mean? When it comes to the people that are watching the tournament and figuring out like what the juice of fighting games is, right? Because they all want to really understand it, and I just trying to really put it in layman's terms and get it across, and obviously the screen and having the replays available and getting to do that whole thing. I like work directly with one of the directors to pick out clips, consistently throughout the tournament. So it was really great time. Yeah, I hope we get to do it more, not just me, but as many tournaments can, feature it as possible because I do think it's important. But that is, something we could chat about later as well because as you mentioned,
Well,
what's
I
up?
want
What's
to
up?
add one thing though, because like I rewatched, I watched the top 16 and top 8 late on my stream, so I just kind of streamed myself watching that, and I watched a lot of your analysis segments really slowly, and a lot of the guys in my chat were like, "Yes, this is really good because I would not have considered these kind of things and stuff." So again, great job.
That's what I'm
Well
saying, man.
done.
Like, that's what I'm trying to do. So that makes me happy, right? Just trying to accomplish that goal. So, but yeah, as you mentioned, this top 8 is so stacked, man. I'm loving seeing the competition here on the West Coast. We got the bracket up for y'all right now. Of course, Liquid Nephew at the top, going up against Snake Eyes, one of the demons in the bracket. Doesn't enter a lot of tournaments, really saves that stuff for the big goals, right? Stuff like Capcom Cup, trying to qualify into that. So we see him in the winner's side as well. ChrisCCH in the building with the Ed. Looks sharper and sharper every time I see him. JB also in the winners bracket. We see him kind of growing as a player, right? We see it with C9 talking about how he got a sports psychology coach and really overcoming some of his mental stuff that's been, he thinks at least, holding him back. And then in the losers bracket, we got Chris T versus the winner of Noah the Prodigy and Zach Boss. Me and James were trying to do some investigating before the top 8 started on who exactly this was going to be. I came to the conclusion that it was Zach Boz because Noah is not streaming anymore, and he was definitely streaming earlier. So that's my conclusion. And 801 Strider and Samurai, of course, 2 staples of the West Coast scene in the building as
Hey,
well.
look at this. We are getting confirmation in the chat, USA Smash Fan and Main Plank saying that you are indeed, your logic is sound
There
there,
you
Ringe.
go.
Zach Boz defeated Noah 2-1. So yeah, so I guess Noah rage quit his stream then.
I was gonna say, can we put that on the analysis screen, like OBS, like the stop streaming button? Put it
Oh
in slow
man.
mo. But yeah, it'd be like
But
that
yeah,
whole live fill in on the bracket as well.
oh, there we go. Nice. But again, I mean, dude, these matches are going to be crazy. and it's cool to see, for example, cool to see Snake Eyez there because we don't see him in a lot of tournaments, as you mentioned. And by the way, you guys can contribute to the Matcherino, as you can see right there. If you claim the code, that adds another 25 cents to the prize pool. We have 48 codes remaining, so we already got 3 codes claimed here because it just went up all of a sudden, another 25 cents. So, if you want to help support these players, not only are they fighting their way into Capcom Cup, but, it'd be nice to give them a little bit of money out there. Look, food is expensive these days, okay?
Facts. Everything is expensive these days.
Yeah, it really, really is. Oh, man. But here we go. Looks like we're going to wait for the first battle. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Nephew and Snake Eyez that's coming up here. So
that is at the top. So we're going to see how it goes. See if that's what we're actually going to start with. And I'm interested in seeing it, right? It's going to be Jury versus the Geef. As long as, there's nothing up either of these players' sleeves. And I don't see why there would be, really. Zangief, obviously, in one of the best positions he's been in recent memory when it comes to Street Fighter, right? Even dating back, I think, to the previous game. And obviously, Jury has remained one of the strongest and most viable, I think, competitors in this meta.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever realized that Snake Eyez was. I've seen clips of Bot Snatcher before. And I guess that is just Snake Eyez straight up. Okay, here we go. And honestly, like, I haven't seen Snake Eyez a lot, obviously, because he doesn't travel a lot to these tournaments, but using this current super buffed Season 2 Zangief. I'm really curious to see how he plays. Like, we saw Mena RB win Queen City Convergence, but he was crazy. Like, he was super offensive. And I know that's not how Snake Eyez plays.
Yeah, right. And Snake Eyez tends to be more methodical, tries to footsie it out a lot of the time, just wants to be very, very patient. And I mean, that's a pretty strong style, honestly, with Zangief. Underrated, under-talked about because it's not as flashy as, command, grab, guess right constantly and whatnot, right? Definitely, you can see, yeah, the strong reads from Snake Eyez. That's another big part, right? Really uses the pressure of Zangief as being such a scary character to make these, like, just the grappler sense, right? That you can just sniff out when you're going to do certain things.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things about the times that I have watched Snake Eyez and stuff is that I often use him as an example of how to become a stronger player, because a lot of times he'll fight something and he'll be like, wait, that character can do that? And then he might lose to it, and then he goes into training mode and he labs it, and then he runs into the guy again and just destroys them.
Yeah, one of the smartest when it comes to labbing it out, right? And he knows how to use his training time effectively, and that's such a thing that I think separates a lot of the top players from players trying to break through that plateau, knowing what to lab against, right? But right now, Nephew finding the pressure in the corner, testing him, and I wonder. I mean, obviously, actually, Zangief's level 1 just doesn't really get him out of the DI in a very positive way. So just kind of stuck in that situation.
I mean, it's crazy because obviously Zangief is really strong right now, but I still think he might have the weakest defense in the game because of how bad the level 1 and level 2 is what, like 17, 19 frame startup?
Yeah.
So it's so easy to throw meaties in there and still block in time. So he definitely has it rough when he gets rushed down. But I mean, I was talking to my stream yesterday, and I was talking about what makes characters really strong. Oh, jeez. What makes characters really strong, how they use the drive gauge and everything like that. And if you have crouch and medium kick drive rush, it's so good. And then they're like, what about Zangief? But Zangief is so good at draining your drive gauge, at building his back. So he's like, I'm fine.
100%. And like, building the drive meter back, building super meter as well. There's certain rewards he gets to just build him damn near a whole bar for like a DI into the OD German. There's just so many cool things. Oh, we're waking up with it. No.
Okay, nope. Not gonna catch here. But yeah, he's good parries right there to try to build back that drive gauge because he doesn't want to get burned out, because Zangief and burnout is like almost kind of helpless, but in his eagerness to not get burned out, Nephew was able to take advantage of Snake Eyez playing a little like not solid defense because he didn't want to block anything, you know.
Yeah, with Snake Eyes, or excuse me, Zangief, and being kind of helpless when it comes to burnout, right? Yeah, like a lot of the time, because of the lack of the supers even being good, he has to really rely on the universal mechanics, the parry, the drive reversal. He does have the charge fears still, right? So he's able to absorb a DI here and there. You'll see some Zangiefs do some sick plays with that. But oftentimes, yeah, he's left pretty shallow in, or deep in, I should say.
It's Snake Eyes' club, League of Legends.
You know, I don't know what he means, bro. Darius? It gotta be a Darius main, right?
I wonder if he played a lot of times KO. Thought of that. But anyways, here we go. Great perfect parry and back throw, which can turn everything around. But remember I talked about that crouching medium kick drive rush cancel and how useful that is. Nephew finding the mark and using that target combo into the level 1 to take and get it. Oh, are we 2 out of 3? I think, are we 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5?
Yeah, 3 out of 5, right? I think it's like CBT rules for the top 8.
That's true, that's right. That's right.
So we should be in there.
Point yet for Nephew.
See, yeah, Nephew, yeah. I love this not being too overzealous about his offense in the corner either, right? Making sure he just...
letterbox here. All right, we're going full cinema mode here. Let's go. Is this anamorphic widescreen? I don't know, dude.
Oh man, we're gonna see. Sure, we're gonna call the action from what we can see. Multiple SPDs now. I don't know how much health we got left on Jury's side, but most likely she's gonna be out of the game soon. Trying to buy time. Nephew drive rushes in, but a great check. Well done.
I think it's just on our end. I'm looking at this.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was just on
what
our
we're
end.
talking about widescreen and you know going to 16:9, you know, letterbox formats. Oh man.
No headbutts in again, and like you mentioned, draining the drive gauge right headbutt's so good at doing that. We're gonna see. I think if players, specifically ones that play against Zangief a lot, might be trying to. Oh no, he's gonna reversal, but Snake Eyes ready for that.
Oh, I think you're dead, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he, you know, he's like, I don't need to make you guys watch the whole level 3, so I'm just gonna go into the level 2. But I mean, one of the things that makes Zangief really good in this matchup is he's got so many ways to go over Jury's fireball.
Yeah.
We've already seen a bunch of down forward heavy kicks, you know, blowing up some of those fireballs from Snake Eyes already. So.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the premier ways. One of the things you see a lot in this matchup for sure. Especially when Juries are already on the back foot, right? They kind of throw it out just to give themselves some space. But Snake Eyes not granting Nephew any space right now. We're on set point.
All right, so here we go. Snake Eyes trying to move ahead and try to get. We'll talk about the leaderboard in just a little bit because we definitely have a leaderboard out there that I'll be able to point out to you. Actually, I'm just gonna glance at it really quick because I want to see where Snake Eyes is on this list. He's tied for 10th place right now.
Oh wow!
So he needs to get some of these points. He needs some of these points.
Yeah, this is big as well. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that after the match. But right now, Nephew waking up with a level 1 does get him out of dodge for now. Buy himself some space, gonna drive rush in, try to bait something out.
Close to burnout though. Got to be careful. Oh, punish counter right there, but still not enough to drain that drive gauge and burn Nephew out here. Surprised, you know, Snake Eyes didn't go like straight into the level 2 or something like that just to get that burnout situation. But you know why? Because he's gonna combo into the level 2 here instead.
Indeed, this is big time for Snake Eyes now. Has the pressure. Oh, Nephew, that's why he busts out.
Oh no, just good check right there on the drive rush with the standing medium punch chain. And Snake Eyes is gonna be the one to advance forward. And keep in mind too, again, it's crazy because, you know, Snake Eyes, we haven't seen him a lot. And we've been seeing a lot of Nephew, and he's been doing amazing. He's been placing so high in so many tournaments all over the place. And here comes Snake Eyes, and he's just like, yeah, get out of my way, Nephew. I'm moving to winners finals now. Thank you very much, dude. Like, you can't. Snake Eyes, I feel like, is one of the scariest people to fight against because you don't fight him a lot in tournaments, you know, so you don't have any intel on him as much.
100%, you know what I mean? And like he's got the Heidi's on CFN as well. You don't even know when you're playing Snake Eyes. You probably figure it out by the end of the set. But then the next time you run into him, he's got a different name. You don't know what's going on, right? It's the international man of mystery going on with Snake Eyes. But yeah, man, in that matchup as well, I think it goes back to another thing you mentioned towards the beginning about Snake Eyes not being that over-aggressive type of Zangief, right? So when he gets an early lead like that, we saw multiple times Nephew trying to take the game back with a raw drive rush. And Snake Eyes, his reactions have been some of the best in the business forever. So if he gets an early lead, he just sits back, like lets the timer be on his side, reacts to the drive rushes with a crouch light kick or stand medium punch. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because like I said, it's such a far cry from what we saw Mena do in Cream City Convergence. Because I swear, Mena, he had his foot on, he had the pedal to the floor. He floored it, dude. Like Zangief was just drive rushing in and just, he was never letting up. And it's such a different style, so different than what we just normally see from Snake Eyes. So it'll be curious to see how that plays out. Like if both of them make it in there, and let's say Mena RD decides to keep using Zangief. Now I did hear he's kind of has his eye on that Terry Bogard maybe. So
as we all do. But
yeah.
One thing before moving on to the talking about the next match, though, one thing I wanted to mention during it was the headbutt from Zangief, right, draining so much drive meter. That's a move that I think when more people play against Zangief a lot, they're gonna start parrying on reaction. Obviously, not every time, but it is something to look out for, right? I think it's something we saw at UFA. I'm trying to remember, the move is slipping my mind right now, but there's a couple of moves out here, especially like on the Bison. I saw I think it was Shao Hai actually perfect pairing a lot of the stand heavy punch against Bison on reaction, right? So there's a lot of normals, and we're kind of getting to that point in the game a little bit where players are getting real used to the animations, even with newer characters like a Bison, right? Just kind of those heavy swings in the neutral that we're going to see more and more countered. So something to keep in mind, but it's always going to be super scary against Zangief because of command throw. So yeah.
And you know what? They're used to it from Bison because every Bison keeps pressing stand heavy.
It's plus. It's play like, you know, forward advancing, plus on block, stand heavy, no shot. Everybody doesn't spam it.
And it's crazy too, because it's like what, that's another one of those 16, 17 frame startup moves.
Yeah.
But it's just so scary because you're so scared of scissor kicks from nowhere, and standing medium kick is such a good button. So, you know, he can get away with that a lot. So, but yeah, I mean, again, perfect pairing. I don't look, it's so funny because you're talking about Zangief headbutt and perfect parries and stuff like that. I don't parry enough, and when I use Zangief, I don't use enough of the headbutt. So, you know, I gotta start playing some Street Fighter 6 here, man.
you know, gotta start attacking that drive gauge, thinking about the drive gauge. You know, it comes up a lot, and we've seen it time and time again. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this next one as well. The other half of the winner semis is gonna be ChrisCCH versus JB, if my memory is not betraying me. Yeah, another super excited for this one. The DLC boys are in the building, right? Ed and Rashid, definitely some privileged characters, and in many ways, obviously both very strong level 2. We got Ed with the OD routes. I think Ed is kind of a bonkers character. The more and more I watch Ed and think about him, I think he's like super top tier.
I've put him in my top 3 already. I mean, if you actually looked, I mean, I'm glad to see Cat Cammy post again, because Cat Cammy did not post for like a month, and like we were like, oh, is Cat Cammy okay? But you know, they posted up a new matchup chart thing for, like, I think they filtered it to only like 1700 MR and above, and I think the highest win rate is Ed right now in CFN. Character is so good. And one of the things I was saying that makes him so good is because he's so good at being able to play defensive and offensive, you know, and so he can control the drive gauge really well. He's like, I'm low on drive gauge, I'm just gonna run back and chuck fireballs all day, you know, and just chill here in zone. So like, and then, oh, I need to get in, here's my level 2, have fun.
Yeah, I could really gush about this character, honestly. The fact that he has like these specific charge things, like the stand heavy punch or the flicker that he can cancel in the kill rush. Like, he can literally stand at a range and force you to react, right?
Yes.
And a lot of those things, like the flicker, can cover wake up level 1s, right, when the opponent's burnt out. So you're really like checkmated in those scenarios. And he doesn't even need like flicker to do that, right? He can do it with the start of a fireball. He nullifies fireball drive rush for free. He doesn't have to spend a resource on it because the startup of his fireball nullifies the fireball, and then he sends it to counter the drive rush. Like, yeah, this character is so good, man.
It's weird too, because like I remember when he first dropped, I was just like, I can't get a bead on this character. But then you started seeing, like, when I found out ChrisCCH dropped Luke to play Ed, I was like, what? And then Fudo dropped DJ to play Ed, and I was like, what? Lashard dropped Chun-Li to play Ed. I was like, what is happening? And I think we all understand why now.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Indeed, tried to counter the whirlwind of the DI. A very smart move, but JB was ready. ChrisCCH now scouting it too effectively. Now we're in the corner. Oh yeah, get that parry thrown, bro.
Counter throw. And the tornado, of course, is still there. Oh, the back throw though. Okay, ChrisCCH, you might have an opportunity. No, never mind. Never mind.
See, where ChrisCCH went wrong is that he back threw with Ed. You got to keep him full screen for the level 2 Hail Mary.
Oh, right. You know, it's funny. I've actually watched matches before where I've seen an Ed player like reverse throw to put the guy in the corner, and I was like, but you have a level 2. Don't you want to land the dream combo? You know, maybe.
Oh man, there's some degenerate Eds on rank that are always going for like any setups like they can get themselves into the corner, like any jump over setups or something like that. Just like I'm looking for it. But obviously ChrisCCH evolved well past those Neanderthal ways. Not flinching.
Oh no,
never mind. Yeah.
Got caught low. But it did combo into the tornado. Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be big damage right here.
And JB has it sequenced out.
And again, that setup from Rashid, that safe jump off of the air dash, dude. He's one of the only characters that has this safe jump, overhead, empty, low, throw, and shimmy mix up. Like, he's got all 4 of them in there. It's so good. It's so strong.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm a big fan of this iteration of Rashid, honestly.
I mean, all the characters are so cool. I mean, like,
yeah.
We're looking at 2 characters that I have in my top 3 right now, right? And, you know, let's say Terry's patch comes with a balance, with some balance patches, right? I don't want them to nerf the top character. I kind of want them just to buff the low characters and leave a lot of the top characters alone, because like while they're strong, I don't feel like they're like broken, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that really stands out to me as egregious right now that I'm like, yeah, that should just not be working how it is, and I can't really think of anything, so I'm kind of in the same boat.
I mean, the only thing that I would say, and Isar doing its thing here, the only thing that I would say is maybe for Rashid that when Isar is out, like JP, he can't build meter, right? But that at least allows him to keep doing the same combos and the same pressure. You know, he just doesn't get as much meter, so he can't do 2 Isars in 1 round as easily. So, uh-oh, here we go. We got the dream combo.
He got it. He got the decent. He's got to complete the rest now. Very nice. Didn't get it quite all of it, but definitely great enough.
Yeah. And it's also, I mean, it's so funny to see these 2 go up against each other, because I swear, like, I feel like there's kind of like this rivalry between these 2, because I always tell, you know, I always talk about how, like, at one point in time, you know, West Coast was kind of an open, it was kind of like open season for who would be the best in the West. And, you know, Nephew and JB and Samurai were all kind of fighting for that spot. And then ChrisCCH came out all of a sudden, and he leveled up massively. And then we ended up seeing, like, ChrisCCH and JB go at it a lot. So, you know, I feel like this is kind of like a rivalry at this point.
Almost definitely. It's stable, specifically these World Warrior type events, right? Like the ones that are region locked, showing off the West Coast of North America. These 2 always seem to find their way in that top 8, facing each other eventually. And now JB getting another throw on a parry attempt.
corner. Oh, no, actually out of the corner here. Gets the throw, and he's going to go for the level 2. So he's just going for the mix here. Oh, yeah, these cancel each other out, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe you can kick the SAR, and then it kind of like is able to reset the hits a little bit. I feel like that's something I learned about one time, but I could be lying, honestly. But I feel like we saw that last interaction, but you know, it's a little tough to tell right now.
Oh, got caught by the flicker. Here we go. Goes for the setup here. And again, Psycho Flicker being able to nullify projectiles is so good.
Right, yeah, like just
Whose
has so
idea
many
was
ways.
that?
It's wild seeing this head character in action, let me tell you.
All right.
JB though, I mean, he's a set point already, so despite all that Ed talk, really, the Rashid and JB is looking very strong. It's great to see him have this type of performance as well. ChrisCCH though, no modern necessary on the anti-air.
But got him into the corner here. But again, crouching medium kick drive rush cancel there from JB. Gets himself out of there. Gets a throw. Another throw into Isar. Oh, this is bad. Because this is match point for JB. How do you, I mean, YOLO level 3 maybe, but you know, JB just gets another throw. And again, JB's gonna take it 3-0. And you know, I don't want to say it this way, but I always feel like JB kind of has, like, I call it a rivalry, but I feel like JB wins it more often than not in that situation. So whenever they go up against each other.
I feel like it's a significant advantage, but you might be right. It might be by a little bit from my memory.
Just a little
but
bit.
Yeah.
Clearly not a huge advantage. So
Yeah. But nonetheless, JB is the one that takes it, and in convincing fashion this time for sure. 3-0 over ChrisCCH. I'm sure he's going to be bouncing back in loser's bracket. But, you know, you talked about how Snake Eyes was in 10th place coming into this, right, into the leaderboards. Yeah, I wanted to mention that it's very important that he has a great showing today, right? Because this is event 3, and we got 4 and 5 left. And if you want to qualify as the #1 without going to the regional finals, it's based on your top 3 placings. It's not based on your total score, right? So if he actually just wins these next 3, I mean, he's going to qualify, right? It doesn't matter that he's like 10th place or however he qualified or placed in the 2 previous tournaments. So he has a big opportunity, but it does have to start in this tournament.
Yeah. And also just want to mention that to everybody that this Wednesday Night Fights, I'm sorry, Wednesday Night Fights, boy, that was a throw. I'm used to saying that a little bit too much over there. But this World Warrior stream here is sponsored by Bait. Of course, have made a lot of awesome Street Fighter clothing, a lot of cool Street Fighter 6 clothing, but right now they have a line that's coming, that's brand new, of a lot of Third Strike artwork as well. I think that's really, really cool to see. So thank you again to Bait for, you know, helping sponsor this and, you know, making sure we can bring you guys these awesome matches.
Yeah, most definitely. Bait's got some of my favorite collabs out there, honestly. I got the Yu-Gi-Oh hoodie and a number of other items, so big ups to Bait, always holding it down.
All right, so like you said, we're going to be moving to the loser side of the bracket here. Oh, dude, yeah, V-Triggered, I agree with you, right? The days that when we would just, we used to watch NLBC and then run right into Wednesday Night Fights, you know, those were the Wednesdays. Those were good times, man.
Yeah, Wednesdays used to be so poppin' fighting games. Definitely still got action out there, but yeah, like having those 2 big weeklies back to back like that, offline settings, obviously it was hitting different for sure. But yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. So it's gonna be, I think, Chris T and Zach Boz, right? Zach Boz with the Chun-Li. Okay, it's kind of ringing a bell now. I feel like I've seen this pairing before.
And again, I'm really happy to see this because what happened to Chun-Li? Like, all the Chun-Li players stopped using Chun-Li. And so, like, I'm really, really happy to see that Chun-Li is actually being used here, you know? I was really glad to see Valmaster using Chun-Li at UFA because, like I said, I feel like a lot of the Chun-Li players have kind of disappeared. And, you know, I think she's still good, okay?
I'm with you, my man. I'm with you. Shiny new objects, I get it. I think some of them are gonna go back to Old Faithful eventually, but right now, I'm glad to see there are still some faithful players holding it down. Like you said, the Val Masters of the world. Zach Baugh's here as well. I think Chun-Li specifically has given Ken a tough time since the beginning of this game. But Chris T, if you're watching him, you wouldn't know it.
Yeah, again, Chris T, just such a strong, solid player. And, you know, I mean, he's doing really well with currently the worst Shoto right now. So, you know, he's doing really well. So, I mean, I'm really impressed with how Chris T can stretch the worst Shoto out into this high level play here. So.
That's my favorite thing that Kusanagi did by winning the tournament. Was now Ken is the worst Shoto. Let's go. We're out here honest Ken players. We're back.
Dang it,
It's
that's
like we
right.
never left.
Kusanagi actually messed it all up because before it was like, oh, clearly Ken is still better than you. But now we don't know.
Perfect.
And
Thank you, Kusanagi.
I think I saw, was it Big Bird or somebody was asking, like, is Terry a Shoto?
Oh,
Is Terry Bogard a Shoto?
oh man, I've heard people say it already in passing. They're like, no, Terry's a Shoto, which I mean, it definitely oversimplifies it a bit, but yeah, I mean, whatever floats your boat, honestly.
But he looks crazy.
I think he does look really good though. Yeah.
He's gonna be scary, dude. I feel like he has everything. He's gonna be so scary to fight. Can't wait, dude.
Yeah, he looks really efficient. Like in terms of the resources he has to spend for combos, and the damage and corner carry he gets. I'm like, oh boy.
Zach Boss is burned out here. This is dangerous, but Chris is not trying to do anything in the corner over here. So, DP missed. Here we go. What is Zach Boss gonna do? Just a level 1. Okay, so he just went for the burnout and tried to go for the drive impact, but great reactions from Chris T right there.
For Zach Box, he is gonna try the level 2 Hail Mary. Use the level 1 for the burnout to have that in his back pocket, but Chris T knew that as well. Great, just discipline and defense.
All right, so Chris T going up 1 game here. Again, you know, obviously back in the Street Fighter 4 days, one of the strongest Kens. And even early in Street Fighter 5, I mean, you remember the first year of Street Fighter 5, the epic Wednesday Night Fights matches between him and Snake Eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like Chris, as long as he stays committed to the game, will always find his way in good results. You know, I think he just ends up getting a little discouraged here and there. Doesn't like the way certain things end up evolving about the game, and I think he kind of takes some time away from it. But as long as he's committed, he's always one of the best.
Yeah, for sure. Always glad to see it again. You know, of course, we're a little biased. So SoCal representation. Let's go.
Of course, absolutely. Right now, those Zach Boggs trying to not hear any of that. See. Already low on the drive meter though, and Chris, like the bully game here with the Jinrai trying to force something out. Zach Boss doesn't really try to bet on anything.
Yeah, just getting pushed into the corner here right now, so he's in a really tough situation. And he is low on drive gauge right now, so.
Yeah, that's why you saw that crouch medium kick. He didn't say anything afterwards, right? Because he would have burned himself out. So, and look, I love this Chris finding ways to keep that drive gauge in the amber as well. Both very low now though.
See someone in the chat say Chun-Li is whack. I think I found the Chun-Li player in the chat. I'm kidding. Oh man.
Let's see, Chris is gonna try to close this out here. Not getting too thirsty.
He's got that level 3. Oh, whoa, wow.
That's a raw CA.
I didn't. Yeah, I think he's dead, right? Oh no, he lived. Oh boy, but he's burned out. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. I really honestly thought Chris was gonna try to run DP into level 3 because it just would have just would have killed him at that point. So.
Yeah, and he was already up around, right? So there was no need to like try to be greedy and conserve meter. Yeah, a little surprising. I thought he was gonna kind of try to just play it patient. I didn't think he was gonna commit to anything like a DI or a fireball as well because of the level 2 or level 3, but ended up costing him. And Zach Boss the momentum all on his side right now. Chris already very low on life.
I mean, I see a raccoon in the chat cheering for Zach. Where's Zach from? I want to know what region he plays in.
Give us the intel. Carry thrown as well. Oh, and the OD fireball. Yeah, you can keep that one to yourself. Very smart as well, because knowing Chris was that low on drive meter, he wasn't going to throw his own OD fireball, right? So this completely outclasses the normal projectile.
Yeah, right. I remember now. As soon as ChrisCCH in the chat was like, Zach is from Seattle, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Actually, I do remember that. So yeah, okay.
I do too many things.
Names and stuff like that. I just, you know, it's
I'm terrible with my memory.
yeah. Oh man, wait till you get to my age range. Let me tell you. Anyways.
You know, yeah, that is something I think about. Something that keeps me up at night. What is my memory gonna be like in 20 years? What it's like what it is now. But right now, Zach Boss is really bouncing back, right? Definitely lost the first game. Oh no, but man, Jammers always likes to talk about the Chun-Li players throwing fireballs. He's like, for whatever reason, that's how they get hit the most. Right? They just sit there and play neutral, but for whatever reason, their fireballs just tend to get jumped in on.
Dude, that's so funny too, because like, you know, I play a lot of Super Turbo, right? And I think Chun-Li versus Cammy is like a terrible matchup for Cammy, because Cammy is actually bad in that game. It's not James, you know, downplaying his character kind of thing. But I mean, Chun-Li destroys Cammy if she doesn't throw a fireball. If she just plays footsies,
Yeah, see.
Cammy can't fight it. And the way that I beat Chun-Li's is that I hope they throw fireballs so I can jump in at them, you know, honestly.
Yeah, and that was a big part of Chris getting big damage early. He's going to end up closing this out. Wanted to confirm the Jinrai. That was just a lot of respect shown to Zach Boss and Chun-Li, right? And his ability to kind of make up the ground that Chris T would have left if he had not spent that level 3.
Exactly. And you know, I mean, one of the things I love about the FGC is a lot of times we keep it real. So I just want to apologize to everybody on the stream, watching the stream right now, that we're not talking about the match as much because our view is a little not particularly smooth. So
it's tough to call the action properly, but yeah,
so
we're.
You guys are just enjoying our little discussion about characters, and you know, every once in a while we see a lot of green on the screen, so we know there's a drive rush. So
Yeah, they've been still able to make some interesting points, but yeah, it'd be what it be. So Chris, and also very low on drive meter again for Chris. Though, oh, that jump fierce has remained a menace.
Oh, that Chun-Li, it's so crazy because she's got overhead normally and overhead from her stance, and I swear, nobody ever is ready for them.
Yeah. And right now, oh, Chris is in a big situation here. Wants to show some respect.
But burned out right now. If he takes maybe 2 hits or so, it could be. Oh, actually, never mind. I didn't realize Chun-Li was burned out too. Chris was the one that got the chip damage first. Okay.
Yeah, it was so scary with both of them and burn out. Like, Chris obviously had a little bit more life to work with, but man, yeah, if you try to get overzealous, obviously Zachbox could just let the super rip right and then counter your chip attempt. But good stuff, sneaking the crouch medium kick into the level 2.
Actually, you know, Space Side, it's a good point, because I'm looking at the stream right now and it's about the same time as what we can not see on our thing over here. So, you know, our commentary is gonna be a little bit delayed here, but you know, just hopefully you guys get used to that over here. So I will be commentating from the actual Twitch Level Up live page over here. So, but like I said, it's gonna be very delayed here. But nice combo right there. Oh, goes for the level 1 wake up. And catches Chris. Looks like he was trying to go for the throw. Good block on the overhead. So
Chris, yeah, I feel like we might have been able to see a reset attempt from Zach. That was an overhead and that stopped. But man, the cash out.
It didn't kill. Oh boy.
No. But that anti-air damage, still something that Chun-Li has that's so strong, but no beater now. Nice Hazachi. Wow.
Zach Boz is like, I don't need to be modern to have reactions, baby. Let's go. There we go.
That was really impressive.
Yeah. Dude, the Chun anti-air combos are really nice, Ace. I mean, the first time I saw that, like stand heavy kick stance into the delayed like little sweep thing, I was just like, that's so good. Why does she have that?
I retched.
Yeah. Part of me was like, that's so cool. The other part of me was like, I never want to get hit by that because that's cheap.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man.
Well, good anti-airs, though.
And that's one of the good things about Chun-Li. She's got anti-airs for days. And it's scary when you play Chun-Li in Modern as well because, but she's burned out. She's burned out, so you can't punish. Oh, not level 3 just yet. Chris is going to save that meter.
Oh, and what a time to use it. Chris T calling it out. CA raw damage. She's dead. Yep. When I saw the damage before the CA hit, I was like, oh, yeah.
Like the discussion I've had on Twitter, like,
oh, yeah.
I honestly thought it wasn't going to kill, but, I was like, I'll ask anyway, but, dude, again, I was wrong.
I didn't know when it started, but yeah, what I saw before the CA hit, the raw hit on that lash, when it's raw, is crazy.
Yeah. Sit down and shut up. Yep, good meaty fireball right there, of course, blowing up all level 1s. And again, if you're a character with a projectile that can get the fireball meaty enough to be plus, you also have such a powerful tool that a lot of characters don't have,
It was especially smart in that instance too, because Chris was below 2 bars, so if he used ODTV, he would have burnt out. So he was unlikely to do it. Oh, he went low instead of the overhead. Chris had been blocking the overhead. That was too clean.
Dude, I mean, that was 2 things right there. One, we saw instance of Chun-Li dagger normals, that standing light punch, which on counter hit links into crouching medium kick because... And then, the fact that he went into stance and looked like he was doing a classic Chun-Li overhead reset and went low instead was amazing. Good job.
No, so clean, Chris. Now, yeah, it doesn't want to let Zach Box get out of control. Nice, efficient punish right there, not spending any drive meter.
That's a nice buff that Ken got.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, he needs it at being the worst Shoto, so...
And what a response. Wow.
Perfect. Wow.
Just like that. Oh my. That counter check, that check on the drive rush is getting dumped by the Fierce was wild.
Nice backdash, but probably couldn't punish that standing heavy kick in time. Hasn't been able to get perfect parries on that fireball yet. Oh, just a frame trap. He got the hit on Chris.
Worked out big too, because he's been a big amount of drive meters. Speaking of which, Chris doing the same now for the corner carry. Oh, and just spins the rest on a drive impact.
Who would have guessed you would try to drive in? Oh, and then he got the meaty. That should go into the level 3, and that's gonna kill. Dude, I mean, that's the thing. Is like, you would think there's no way he's gonna go for a drive impact because he'll burn himself out. That's a terrible decision. But as all fighting games go, every bad decision becomes good because it's a bad decision. It circles around to being a good decision because no one thinks you're gonna do it because it's a bad decision.
Yeah, and like, exactly, that's a great point. And then beyond that, right, I love the calculation from Chris, knowing the next hit is actually gonna kill, right? It didn't look like it. Like, you would have had to get like a real big hit for it to happen, and obviously Zach Boss was trying to prevent that by just holding down back, not committing to anything. But the meaty overhead, I mean, that's one of Ken's best starters with the level 3 behind it. No dry meter necessary, nothing else necessary. That was mad scientist stuff from Chris T at the end.
I always like think to myself, when Capcom devs are balancing the game and you give a character an overhead like Ken's and you're like, yeah, we'll allow it so that if it's meaty enough, you can link your jab on it, and Ken can link jab into strong. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, definitely.
That was loser's side BGL. So unfortunately, Zach Boz is out of the tournament at this point after defeating Noah the Prodigy.
Super sick stuff from Chris. So yeah, we got one more match in losers round 1 here in top 8.
I think we're going to jump to a break first. instead of playing that match out right now. See if we can get this sorted out over here on this side over here, so that you know, our commentary won't be as delayed. But hopefully you've been enjoying it anyway. You know, we're doing our best over here, so you know, so appreciate you guys being patient with us. So all right, so we'll take a break and hang on a second. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm getting I'm talking to Mother Base right now and trying to find out what we're trying to do over here. So
I thought you were getting an update from your cat.
no, not the cat. No, I'm talking to the Cali power, not the catty power.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go to break. Okay, we'll be back, guys. Sorry, don't go anywhere. More week 3 of World Warrior coming up after this break. Go for it.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the World Warrior damn. I was gonna say recap show. Oh man, I did that one so many times.
No, Ringe, that's this weekend.
Yeah.
We're
Spoilers.
We're gonna be good friends this week here because we'll both be on that show this weekend. So.
Oh man, but no, you'll see this on one of those most likely eventually. But this is the World Warrior US Canada West live broadcast, the third one out of 5. So obviously this is gonna start taking shape when it comes to the leaderboards. For people that maybe not had a great result in the first 2, this is a super region, right? So they can really start taking control of their own destiny here with 3 really good placings here to round out the World Warrior season. But yeah, man, it's great to be here. Already got some dope first round matches in the books. But I'm just happy to see all of the West Coast out here representing and playing their best, right? We see staples like the Samurai and the 801 Strider, Chris T's and whatnot. We got the recent transplants, not so recent anymore, of course, like the Nephews and the JBs. We got Zach Boz in here, Seattle, ChrisCCH in the building. It's just a nice all-around representation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to echo, what Rotary Lover says in the chat. Go use those Matcherino codes, man. Like the link is right there.
Right.
Go use those codes. Let's get some money for these players over here for putting on a great show for us. And actually, you know what?
Do that.
I haven't done this yet. I'm going to click log in. I am going to click on my account over here. I am going to log in.
Forgot I was on
Click
camera.
claim code. That's how fast and easy it was. We have 36 codes left. Come on, guys. Let's get those codes in.
Let's get it. So we got 801 Strider versus Samurai. Oh, more DLC privilege. That's what I'm talking about. We got Akuma versus Bison. And I can't wait to see these 2 explosive characters, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I mean, again, Bison. I mean, at UFA, we saw a lot of Bison. We saw a lot of Bison. We also saw a lot of Akuma, too. But Bison definitely made it further in the tournament than Akuma did, interestingly enough.
Yeah, true. You see, it's the Adamant Flame here, and then, yeah, still advantage. I mean, still feeling frisky was 801 Strider. Samurai keeping it tight, though. Scissor kicks. At any moment, it is a danger now. He has no way to telegraph it.
Who? I still want to find the person at the Capcom offices that was like, let's make scissor kick a quarter circle forward instead of a charge move.
Yeah.
I just want to see who. I don't want to like cause any harm or anything. I just want to know the type of person that made that suggestion. That's all.
That's where I thought you were going to. You're like, I don't want any harm. I just really want to know the type of life they're living. What's their moral code like?
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna walk into the Capcom offices and like literally, I'm gonna like look in the office and Bison's gonna be sitting at a desk.
No, I really like this level 3 from Samurai because it puts Strider below 1 bar. So, oh yeah, he's gonna have an easy burnout if he wanted it. And Strider tried to challenge, right? Tried to do something to make a big comeback because obviously he had to go through the whole life bar of Akuma, which I mean, as Bison, I mean that's like a touch and a half. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that's 2 touches.
Oh man, the opening of Dry Rush overhead, man. I mean, how many times have we seen that in matches, and how many times have we seen it work, dude? It works so often.
100%. Right now,
I love that. I love that Demon Raid dive kick because I was just about to say 801 Strider put himself dangerously close to getting burned out, and as soon as Samurai saw that, it's like Demon Raid dive kick, burnout, let's go.
As Samurai, he is just flipping on this man, looking like Will Ospreay out here, coming down with the chop. He's like, it's plus on block, it knocks down. I'm just gonna go into my Oki afterwards. Oh, but beautiful spacing.
In that character guide, Terry says he uses the rising tackle when he plays basketball, right? So I would imagine that Akuma would use the Demon Raid when he plays basketball too, right? I feel like it would be perfect, right? I mean, just be dunking basketballs all day.
Cheat coded the dunk contest, bro. Tens across the board. Look, again, this time Strider met him with the hell attack. It's Samurai. I don't know if that was a parry. He didn't block overhead or what happened, but we got Strider here in the driver's seat trying to close it out. Samurai committing to the driver's cancel anyway. Oh, the dash forward demon. He got him. That is dead, brother. He is not surviving this one.
Oh, God. Oh, It's just so brutal because, like, you just have to remember as soon as he gets into the yellow health, that now you have to worry about this command throw that drains 47% of your life or whatever it does, dude. It's just crazy.
And Samurai has always been one of those players that has been fearless, right? He takes those moments that other players start to be timid or get into their shell, and he just bursts out with some type of aggressive maneuver. Right there, he got put into burnout right before that. Right, 99% of players, they chill out for a second after they get put into burnout. Samurai recognized the moment. He was like, oh, the moment he thinks I'm gonna just put the brakes on a little, dash forward demon. Well, yeah. I mean, what a way. I mean, I definitely wasn't thinking about that at all.
I mean, the crazy thing about it is, you know, that's a common strategy, right? Like, you're supposed to be defensive and scared, but instead you turn around and attack and you catch them by surprise. And normally when you catch someone by surprise, it's like, oh no, I lost my turn. But Akuma's like, I have a command throw level 3 super high.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Man.
So yeah, and despite it, you know, not being invulnerable anymore, it is still 0 after the flash. So if you are not doing anything, you still get gripped up. So amazing stuff from Samurai right there in a scramble scenario.
You know, shameless plug here. If you want to learn how to low forward drive rush into Raging Demon so that they can't escape it, check out my YouTube channel. I put a whole video up about that.
Exactly. Cool. And this is what we were talking about before, right? Pairing certain things. We were talking about normals before on reaction, but Adamant Flame is another one. Can't let the Akumas get away with that for free.
Such a good move. Such a strong move, dude.
Look at this chop, man. This chop game. I want to know. Oh my, and even the stop. He tried to get ahead of it that time, and Samurai just neutral jumped. Now the fireball. He's switching up all of these options so well.
Yeah, and that's always scary right there because, you know, obviously for Akuma, if he throws you, drive rush with jab is a perfect setup for another throw. So it's really, really scary when you see him do that.
Samurai.
Oh, great reaction.
Yeah, my bad. I said Samurai, but Strider. The hell attack, what a reaction too, as you mentioned, as soon as Samurai went to the sky.
Great reactions, and probably a lot of anticipation. He was probably like, yeah, you're probably going to jump at some point. And, you know, obviously neutral jumping is a great way to stop the scissor kick, but then he has the hell attack, which is a really great way to punish people for doing that.
Is Crouch Fierce just really bad against, like, Demon Flip Chop? Like, I'm... like, because something got counter hit right there from Strider. Like, I'm just confused. Because I definitely think the hell attack is pretty hard to use, and then look at that! He tries to use the Crouch Fierce on the neutral jump, and it just whiffs. Nice call out on the throw, though.
You know, it was a beautiful empty jump, neutral jump. If he had pressed the button, they probably would have, the Crouching Fierce probably would have hit him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point.
The fact that links, if I'm not mistaken, you don't even need a counter hit, right? That's just like a
I'm not sure.
Link, I think.
It might be. I'm not 100%, but man, what awareness from Samurai. The chop again, man.
Baby, F-A-T.
Yeah.
Aim assist tool. Every Street Fighter player should have this on their phone.
Nice DP. Samurai was baiting out the jump as well from full screen. You saw the whiff buttons. Trying to mask the fireball throws.
Yeah, dude, that thing is +5 on hit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just natural combo. Yeah. Ooh, I love that. The scissor kick in reaction to the parry. Knew the drive rush was coming. Oh my, the burnout.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
He deleted the drive meter, bro. Oh,
I mean, at that point in time, I wonder if Samurai maybe should have just tried to go for like a drive reversal, burn yourself out on your own accord kind of thing. But he is going to go down here. And yeah, Samurai's like, I'm not going to. Well, actually, he only had 2 levels. Never mind. Okay.
Man, that was sick. That was a sick combo. Bison's and Akuma's combos are so sick. Especially when they got the level 2 involved. Love the optimization from Strider. Oh, interesting.
Oh, what? Dude, how did he sneak that Demon Ray dive kick in there like that? Wow. Pressing buttons when minus.
Oh, my. So maybe that's the mix-up there, right? We saw the instant air fireball.
Yeah.
So maybe he tries to react to him going into the air with the Crouch Fierce. Probably has to do it against the chop early, but what an air-to-air and conversion from Samurai.
Oh, okay. Crouching Fierce finally. Oh. Wow, okay. And you know what? Again, that's a really smart decision to ODDP right there, because your opponent is burned out. He wants to get the hell out of the corner as much as possible. So when he gets that hit, you know, he's going to try to be as aggressive as possible. And so that's just a really smart read from Samurai there. You know, it's not even like a DP guess. You just know the opponent wants to put that pressure on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one, now the forward throw. Samurai does parry up the explosion there, protecting some of his drive meter, but still in the situation, still throw loopable. Oh, nice backdash. Full punish as well. He's going to go into the level 3. He wants the burnout.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I didn't even see the drive gauge there. I was just trying to see, you know, how much life you would have left, but more importantly, no drive gauge.
Oh. Just tagging him with the overhead. Chip damage is scary here.
You have to be careful, because level 3 Psycho Crusher could have came at any time, including against that Demon Raid like that. But unfortunately, 801 Strider just wasn't ready for it. So there you go. Samurai takes it 3-1, I think it was.
Yeah, 3 games to 1.
So.
Yeah. And I think that ending kind of goes back to what we talked about with the sports psychology, and not really just that, but the fact that Samurai responds to pressure situations with aggression, right? And he knows how to put the aggression on the opponent and really put the onus on the opponent to react with something, like you said, the Psycho Crusher, whatever may happen. So he goes into the OD Fireball, because that's not, I think, going to be a free OD Psycho Crusher. Like, if he does it in reactions to the jump, maybe it's too quick to actually catch Akuma properly, you know? Maybe he has to time it and delay it a little bit. So because of that, it might have been a tough thing to time than we just think on the surface. And hey, that's another thing that can really put the pressure and cause hesitation. And if you block that first one, you see the massive chip with the OD Fireball on the ground as well. Like, just trapped in that sequence as soon as you block the air one. So masterful from Samurai at the end.
Yeah, great job there. And so I think we're going to move forward to the next round of the loser side of the bracket. Of course, ChrisCCH won his match to get here. ChrisCCH lost his match to get here. Why do all the Chris's just put letters after their name, and that's their handle? Like Chris G, Chris T, ChrisCCH. It's just like the theme.
Chris is a good name, you know. I'm a fan. I know it's a little basic because it's so popular, but I think it's one of the better popular names out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And by the way, I just want to mention we got a nice little chat here. We got Bruce, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, in here. You know, East Coast Ken, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yurio Glorio is in here. Coupon, really high ranked Zangief on ranked right now.
Players are tapped into the World Warriors. They know this is where the elite competition gathers. Everybody's trying to gather for Capcom Cup, qualify for Capcom Cup, excuse me. And Chris doing a great job out to an early lead. Almost has level 2 as well, so something in his back pocket. Builds it with a flicker, but Chris responds with a drive rush, making sure he makes the most out of those minus frames. And what a sweep.
Oh, here we go. Throw loops. Remember, this is how Kusanagi took out Xiaohai in the very last round, right? And 5 or 6 throws in a row?
This man, yeah, I screamed, no! That was so good, man. I was crying.
Oh, man. But what a great round for Chris T. Just got that corner position, never let up.
Man, that was a delayed jab right there on the drive rush cancel, too. Try to press Chris's fuzzy timings. But do we got these things? Oh, yeah. Looking like me and James's video earlier.
You know, honestly, like, I haven't tried that combo yet. Like, I need to sit down and just, you know, and like Jeremy has, right? Like,
so,
you know,
yeah.
The places where it falls and stuff like that. I'm too busy trying to do ROM infinites with that show right now, so, you know.
I definitely feel you on that wave. And I definitely want to talk about the level 2 in a minute, maybe after this round here. As we got Chris T. And be able to apply more pressure. ChrisCCH trying to hold on to this drive here. That's why he turned the aggression up. Oh no, he kept trying to beat him to the punch. Still a chance though. No anti-air.
No, yeah, this is a problem. And now, yeah. Wow. Okay.
And against the jump H from Ken, right? It's going to be especially scary to anti-air with the speed of Ed's DP. I understand. But yeah, that level 2, it's probably the hardest thing I've tried in the game. I think it's definitely something that you can make consistent. Like, it's tough to get used to though, but once you get used to it, you can really find the rhythm and kind of make it your own. But definitely probably the hardest combo I've tried in the game.
I mean, the interesting thing about it too is that, you know, a lot of people are saying, probably does too much damage for his level 2, etc., etc. But like, is that a problem? Because it is really hard to do. Like, shouldn't they be rewarded for that? But I don't know. I don't know. You know?
I'm not all the way on nerfing it. Maybe we can like maybe cut its effectiveness a little bit, but I'm a big fan of it. So you know,
For sure.
sorry to all the competitive players out there playing against Ed. You know,
I know, right? All the people who have gotten hit by her, like,
I know.
you're not in the tournament, you're just
Yeah.
commentating.
Exactly. I do understand that perspective. So I'm sorry about that.
Easy for us to say, right? You know, it's not that bad, you know.
Ooh, the fierce
got that
counter
really
hit.
fierce.
Yeah, just went
I
into
mean,
the OD.
that button was a button. I hated Ken standing fierce from day one, dude. Like, seriously. Oh, I like that drive reversal, but he did burn himself out. Okay, here we go. Big opportunity here. Yeah, Ed is so scary, and you know what? He got hit, has a level 2, should be able to kill off of this. Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if it just slipped Chris T's mind or he really wanted to make the bet because he did have a bunch of meter. So maybe he thought Chris would try to bait it out after the now OD blitz, or excuse me, the now plus on block OD blitz.
Right.
Because of the burnout, of course.
Here we go, back into the corner. Whenever Chris T has gotten ChrisCCH into his corner, it's usually been good news for Chris.
Yeah, beautiful side switch.
It's good news for Chris T.
And I love Chris
T
T.
and CCH. So.
I love Chris going with the crouch jab after that safe jump as well, because Ken has such easy access to side switch with combos anyway. That like back throw is the same reward, so you might as well go with something that's not the throw. Because people tend to tech.
Oh, wow, you just did not see that coming at all. CCH just got tagged by drive rush crouching medium kick. It's always funny because whenever I do a drive rush into a button, it feels so slow. But then when people do it to me, it feels so fast.
Specifically, I think the crouch medium kick ones are really good at catching people off guard, right? Like, and though those feel like jump scares still.
Oh, CCH trying to go for a little bit of
Oh, wow. He actually punished him with that one on the drive rush. Well timed. Catch the whiff on the flicker button. Chris T here, definitely in a prime spot to take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, but again, you know, he is in the corner. This is kind of where Ed wants to be. You can get an OD blitz going, and then it turns into that dream combo, and then you're in the corner, and now all of a sudden you have that kind of scary situation here.
And he's got 3 bars, right? So he can get like another level 2 this round. What a reaction! You're kidding me.
Wow, he was like,
I call those jump scares, but ChrisCCH the protagonist, I guess.
Yeah. And then he went for the drive reversal right there. Doesn't want to give Chris T any chance, and he burned himself out. This is scary. Okay. I'm not sure what ChrisCCH did there. I felt like he did like a delayed button, but then Chris T actually pressed a little bit of a delayed button as well.
Yeah, it's tough to really recognize in that moment. Maybe he was just trying to like backdash. I don't know, right? There's so many possibilities. So unfortunately for him, and again, it goes back to one of Ed's biggest weaknesses, right? That's why we hear Tachikawa's like, I play modern Ed because of easy anti-air. And right there, it's tough in the heat of the moment. You're thinking about so many things. We talked about the jump fierce hitting so early. So much so that ChrisCCH feels it. Bison is the better chance here in loser's bracket with down 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, look, if ChrisCCH does not shy away from using the strong characters, right? And if you're in that position, he knows that he can, you know, really, really make it far in this Capcom Cup. You better learn this character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should. Best to know him inside and out, play him and be yourself, because you'll run into plenty of players that will be playing him at that competitive level. Oh, and beautiful from Chris, though. Really great just space management in that whole first part of the round.
We got throw loops here. Okay, went for a shimmy there. Okay, perfect parry on that fireball, but not really able to get it.
Yeah, that was.
They're so good, dude. They're so good.
Yeah, that was big. Chris, he really doesn't need to get aggressive here. Oh, God, caught whiffing again, and this is a big opportunity for CCH. Oh, D, what was that? It had to be some type of execution error. I'm not sure what, I'm sure that's like a common execution error for Bisons, most likely. I'm not sure what he meant to do, but yeah, very unfortunate way for Chris T to get on set point against him.
Yep, so 2-1 here. That's gonna do a lot of damage with that punish counter throw. Of course, 2,000 damage there, but here we go. Tatsu for the corner carry, the run Tatsu.
Hezzy jab worked, but Chris was so low on drive meter, he couldn't really afford to just send it. Oh, will do it there when he... Exactly, when it's a guaranteed punish, he's willing to burn himself out.
Again, I mean, Ken standing light kick. What a button, right? I mean,
amazing, Bo.
Oh, counter hit, so he was able to link into the bomb. Still got to deal with that bomb.
And look at this. ChrisCCH, he's trying to bait out a super, but Chris T, as soon as he gets his drive meter back, low forward, tries to bait something out. Good discipline. Good discipline.
He's so scaled, so he didn't want to go into the level 3. Burns himself out again. Who is this? Chris T, the prodigy here?
The SoCal rush down DNA runs deep, James.
Right? I mean, Chris T has always been one of those players who's so good at managing his drive gauge, but he has been free flowing with that drive gauge today.
100%. ChrisCCH trying to prevent himself from, oh, unfortunately falling. I don't know what it was. The OD fireball clipped, whatever it may have been. We might never know. 3-1. And I'll tell you what, I think ChrisCCH is seeing that jump heavy punch in his nightmares tonight. Because like at the very end right there, before that fireball hit, the last instance of damage was him, I think, trying to air the jump, and the jump fierce just beat it. And like, you know, I imagine he switched to Bison in part to try to have something to do or deal with that jump H against, right? Because we talked about the edge slow DP speed being bad against it. And man, that hurts.
You know, as Ultra David always said, right? There are 3 normal move dive kicks in the game, which are Ken's jump fierce and Luke's jump roundhouse and jump heavy punch.
Tired of this guy, David, equating Ken's normals to special moves. The dive kick, now we got I know he talked about drive rush fierce being Ken's headbutt. Like, you know, this is propaganda from Ultra David. I'll see you, David.
Man.
I see you, bro.
Oh, man. All right. So that was loser side. So that means ChrisCCH is out. But he's comfortably in second place right now. So he has 85 points. That means he's not going to get as many points. But fortunately, the drop off in the amount of points that you earn for these World Warriors isn't like precipitous, right? It's not like some cliff where all of a sudden the points just go away. So, you know, he'll amass a decent amount of points here, stay pretty high up here, because I mean, well, Nephew's still in it, JB is still in it, so and Samurai's still in it, so all 3 of them could potentially pass ChrisCCH at this point.
Precipitous was a beast word. Another big thing that's working for ChrisCCH is that he's already won an event as well, right? So, like, again, when it comes to the super regions, the number 1 placer, sorry, I shouldn't say the number 1 placer, but they will most likely be the first placer overall. Yeah. But because of this, I should just say the first placer, I guess. But basically, you take the top 3 scores of the World Warriors, and whoever is the most out of those top 3 scores is the one that qualifies directly in the Capcom Cup. So with Chris already having won 1 and 2 still left, he can still kind of control his own fate and win those last 2 and guarantee himself out.
For sure. And also, just a big shout outs to JNV11 in the chat. Every time I see him in the chat, he is the Matcherino monitor. So thank you. Yep, definitely get in there. 16 codes left, according to JNV.
Let's go.
Use up those last codes.
I did my due diligence. James did his due diligence. We need the help of the people. And right now, this is a loser's bracket action, right? Samurai able to defeat Strider. Nephew did fall to Snake Eyes in the winner side of things.
Ooh, punish counter throw against Akuma. That's not a fifth of your health. It's a little more than that.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely hurts. Oh, but Samurai, look at this, right? Always. When a player would get timid, when they would get defensive, just wakes up with the aggression, burns himself out with a pixel who does that because of things like this.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize his life was that low to get.
Yeah. But I love it. I love it, right? And it's obviously led to a lot of success.
I mean, I tell you, like, I miss chip damage, like even in normal fights. I know a lot of people hate chip damage, but I like chip damage. Okay, I'm sorry. This is how I feel.
Chip damage has its place, you know what I mean? As people
I just like to see the world burn. That's almost.
I can relate to that too. Don't worry. Nephew though, oh, perfect meter build. You're kidding me. Actually built the level 3 with that last hit of pinwheel. Nephew, you're ridiculous, bro. And Akuma died. That was like over 50% of his life. Like, oh my goodness.
The way you said died, just it sounded so like incredulous. You're just like, he just died.
He died, bro. And nice. Oh man, I almost made a throwback Lee Chung. You know, you remember what he used to tell people? Yeah, he used to call people. I almost said that.
Oh man.
The good old rear ends.
All right, here we go. Nephew with the quarter position. Oh wow, just goes for the surprise here. Nephew looking really strong, and you know, I feel like I said, you know, for the 4 players that I mentioned that were kind of fighting for best in the West. You know, Samurai at one point, obviously with what he did at Street Fighter League, he was like the MVP of, you know, all the Street Fighter leagues and such like that. But I feel like in terms of like these tournaments, you know, we've seen Nephew and ChrisCCH and JB with these big wins, and Samurai's always there, but I feel like he hasn't gotten like that big win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100% I'm with you. Samurai in the top 8s on the regular, right? But not usually able to take it home. Hopefully we get to see him kind of break through that plateau here, maybe tonight, maybe in one of these future World Warriors or another one of the various FGC tournaments. Beautiful parry to the demon flip setups. He likes them.
Oh yeah, that's so good off of the heavy adamant fist, and then just empty demon flip is so strong.
Oh my, you want to talk about good, that drive rush overhead. Both sides, actually, both of these characters have extremely good drive rush overheads.
Can I just go on a random tangent here? I want to just say it's really so smart how they implemented Akuma's empty demon flip.
Ooh.
That you have to hold down. Oh boy, that's gonna hurt. You know, that you have to hold down to do it, because you cannot do empty demon raid into raging demon. Because anytime you hit a button in the air, you come out with one of the follow-up options. I just think that's really smart. Nice design on the character.
Nephew. Oh yeah, and I like that drive reversal because, as we mentioned, Burnouts is only -2 now. Still though, trying to bully at this range with the Fuha stocks, and he used both of them right there to stay safe. Was fishing for a CA confirmed with that first one. Oh, but Samurai snipes the legs. But no, I agree with you, James. Honestly, a lot of the little things in this game that like I end up finding out in one way or another, like I'm just like, wow, they really thought about a lot of things that wouldn't have occurred to me till like after a lot of playing the game, you know.
Right now, you can see Samurai trying to tie this up 1-1 against Nephew here. Oh, God, that reached. What a perfect parry! Wow.
I'm gonna whiff my butt. I'll perfect parry in response. You know the game I'm playing.
I mean, it's such a good way to do that. I mean, obviously, if they read it, they can walk up and actually still throw you out in your delay. But everyone tries to poke in those situations, you know.
My man Samurai tried to reach for the foot right there. What a bait from Nephew. Keep your hands to yourself. Huge combo to close it out and go up 2-0.
Yeah, so Nephew looking really strong here. And again, you know, in this kind of situation, I feel like Nephew has, you know, kind of had a little bit of the upper hand on Samurai. Again, not like it's a domination or anything like that. It's pretty even, but I feel like Nephew might have a slight higher win percentage, maybe. That's just my perception in any case.
I would think so. I feel like there was a good amount of time in Street Fighter V where Nephew was really running the West Coast.
Yeah.
But of course, the likes of JB and ChrisCCH, I think I remember definitely giving him a run for his money. Right now, though, Nephew looking in prime condition. Oh, wait a minute.
All right, here we go. Oh, yep, goes for the punch follow-up right there. That's plus. Oh, you stood up right when he went for the crouching medium kick. Oh, it's unfortunate. And so now match point for Nephew.
She got the upper pant leg, bro. That is a sniper of a crouching medium kick.
You know, I've often said that most crouching medium kicks, you know, in general, have about the same range, but Jury's for sure has the longest range for one of the cancelable crouching medium kicks. I think she has the longest range cancelable crouching medium kick.
Yeah, and it is 8 frames, right? So at least she's not part of the 7-frame club.
Oh God, that's true. Oh man. Interestingly enough, though, I was testing it out, and Bison's crouching medium kick is almost just. Oh no! That's unfortunate, and he doesn't even need to spend meter. I mean, that was so unfortunate for Nephew because Samurai was like literally 1 pixel away from getting stunned against the wall, and then he immediately just did Demon Raid, and the DP from Jury just missed.
It's that Samurai tendency, right? He's like, oh, I'm about to be stunned. I should be defensive. I should be second guessing something. He just commits to an option so quickly.
And you know, you're right too, because like he was probably telling himself, if I get hit by the wall, if I touch the wall, I touch the wall, game over. But if I don't touch the wall, he already knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how quickly he's able to process, commit to options. Right now, though, Nephew's going to get a big burnout. Samurai's in trouble. He does have 3 bars. He has access to Demon now as well.
Oh, what a neutral jump, and then the throw, and it's going to be a perfect to finish it off. Nephew with a 3-0 over Samurai.
And what an immediate adjustment that was, right? We were just talking about the previous round where Samurai back into the corner. He immediately responds with a Demon Raid to get himself out. This time, Nephew covered that, right? He was like, I know you're going to look for some type of jump, some type of Demon Raid out of the corner. Neutral jump heavy kick, shuts that down. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, great job to Nephew. And again, I mean, that guy, he's going all in, man. So
he was at UFA, you know, so he's had to come back, has to deal with, you know, hopefully quickly adjusting back to his normal schedule and getting into one of the most important tournaments of the year for him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true because, I mean, if he qualified for, like, if he won UFA, he probably would have skipped out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you guys weren't on the same flight home, huh? Oh, that's right, because he's also
he's in
not
NorCal,
coming to SoCal. He's not going to SoCal.
But me and my man Noah were holding it down.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
nice.
Again, if you guys may be wondering where Noah is, obviously this is his region. Fell short of the top 8 by 1 match. So I don't remember where he's at on the leaderboard, but that's another player we hopefully will check in on later with that leaderboard. But yeah, man, this top 8 is rocking, it's rolling. You already seen Nephew now be able to bounce back from losing his match. Chris T and ChrisCCH was a real slugfest. Chris T able to clutch that one out as well. So he's going to be moving on to loser semis to face Nephew, who we just saw. And that winners finals is going to be Snake Eyez versus JB.
Yeah, and just to answer your question, Noah the Prodigy sitting comfortably in 4th place.
Okay,
but, with 55 points. The person above him has 65 points. That's JB. So JB clearly gonna jump a little further ahead. But Noah is 20 points ahead of the next closest person, which is Enzo and Samurai, and we just saw Samurai go out. So I think Samurai might pass him if he doesn't get anything for top 8. I mean, for just being under top 8. So I think Samurai might pass Noah the Prodigy because I think Samurai gets at least 20 points. I'm not 100% sure though. We'll figure it out once we get to the end.
But yeah, so another thing to keep in mind, again, remember this is a super region, so we're always looking at the highest placing so far for these players as well. Noah does not have a 1st place finish yet, right? So he can't like win out and just guarantee himself like go on 3, 4, 5 since he fell short this time as well, right? I think his highest placing is 4th place so far because he's got 30 points for his highest. So keep that in mind. Of course, if he wins 4 and 5, then that's probably still going to be enough to be like, you know, the auto qualified member. But yeah, keep it in mind going forward. Of course, Nephew has won one. He won the very first one. ChrisCCH won the second one. So those are players that are already set up pretty nicely. Nephew also got 2nd place in the second one, and JB got 2nd place in the first one. So yeah, a lot of these players are setting themselves up for victory. But let's get into the next set. I didn't even see who we got. It's winners finals time, right? I've been into a top 8 before. Let's get it.
And yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, we've been talking about these players, Nephew, ChrisCCH, and JB, right now in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place, right? I mean, these are the guys that we've been talking about here on this West Coast. And Snake Eyez going with an interestingly almost uncharacteristic early SPD. You know, I always feel like he tries to gauge them first, but maybe he just wants to show JB right away that he's willing to do that, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you got shimmied. Here we go into the corner.
He did indeed. Snake Eyez all flinching as well. Playing such careful footsie is always so good at keeping his opponent at bay. Yeah, you see the different button sequences, putting up a wall as Zangief.
Yeah, again, it's just so nice because obviously his moves aren't very fast, but they have range.
Yeah.
He's got range.
He do.
Right.
So that he's. Go ahead, James. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying using the ODDP to get better over the regular OD Lariat. I'm sorry, because Lariat is definitely not a DP. Anyways.
Yeah, definitely not. Oh, the level one.
Still had a level 1. He still had a level 1. I was like, oh my god, the bonus health for Zangief health. Oh no, never mind.
That boy Rashid be ringing out the damage.
I always said, dude, like, oh, he was too close. He tried to do the running bear grab, but it just came out as the double German suplex instead because he was too close after that standing light kick.
I think I said Zangief, but I meant Rashid. Either way, big spin.
I mean, every time I try to say like Zangief, I say Snake Eyes and stuff. You know? Oh man.
Okay. Oh my, he almost got another whiff punish on that button. That's what really opened up JB's round in that last one.
He's so good.
Oh, what a response, bro. He's not even going for the side switch. Yeah, he just wants the damage because Rashid's dead. Oh my. All right then.
I turn you into Isar.
Yeah.
Oh
man, legitimately. Holy, that was a great one, James. Woo.
Oh man. All right.
Oh man, that drive rush crouch light kick is such a great bully tool for Rashid. Obviously, can link into mediums.
Okay. And yeah, that's actually not bad. If you're Snake Eyes and you drive parried that whole entire thing and then just got thrown, you're cool. You know, you're kind of cool with that. You're not cool with this.
Yeah, definitely not.
This kind of sucks here.
This is an issue. JB just staying persistent.
And he's got another Asar too.
Oh, he actually got the throw whiff on the backdash, but button didn't come out after.
You gotta be careful here because Zangief can still kill you.
Oh my god, especially now. Like CA actually kills now, 100%.
Yep.
Oh my, please.
Oh no, he burned out. That's game over at this point. There's nothing Zangief can really do in this situation.
Nice, JB.
So
that's all he needed, right? Like, get the space away from CA, away from SPD, and react to the jump. Like, as long as he did that, it was in the bag. Well done.
Right. See Mr. Jake Ryan in the chat over there.
Jake Ryan, miss you, bro.
Is he still in? He's moved out of California already, right? So.
Yeah, he's with the ChrisCCHs and the Zach Bosses of the world.
Exactly. He's like, the top players are up there. That's where I'm going.
For real. He's like,
man.
Right now, though, JB and Snake Eyes duking it out. Already been a good set, honestly. I really like that game 1.
Oh, yeah. And it was only one game, too. That game was long, dude. That game was long.
It was. Oh, T-Bone. Put him in the corner. Yeah. Now you're in Zangief's world, brother.
Okay, I like that drive reversal. And just out of there, oh, God, the mobility options are crazy.
Enhancement. Give me that air current. Oh, the elbow drop from long distance. This thing I just trying to parry after. And then holds one more throw. JB, man. His offensive decision making has been really on point. Catching a lot of Snake Eyes parries. Oh, and then look at that. Switching it up to the frame trap now after establishing the throw in the last match.
Oh, again, a parry. But is that tornado going to keep hitting?
Oh,
come on.
The very last hit. Snake Eyes turning the situation around, though. Oh man!
Yeah. Back-to-back SPDs. Gotta buffer that in there. Take advantage of the long window of the SPD input. But didn't see the drive rush coming here. And you gotta deal with that crazy mix-up. Oh, he got shimmied.
He did. He committed to throw after that. A little surprised by it, honestly. He's got 3 bars. What a lariat response. He'll take the trade. Runs into a throw, though.
But it was a back throw, and it actually switched the sides. And that might have just been because JB was kind of like a defensive throw or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know how it is, James. Like when you panic throw, it tends to be down back throw.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure,
like, just in case you can block out something that happens.
I mean, like I said, Rashid has that crazy mix-up in the corner. He's got, the ODDP. He's got a wall jump. So why doesn't Kimberly have any of that? Anyway, here we go.
Yeah, I got whiplash on that one. I was not expecting that. I was like, whoa. All right. Snake Eyes, though, cornered up here. JB, again, right, trying to prioritize not being at a distance where he can get level 3'd Playing very smart, very safe, not committing to anything, honestly. Just fishing every once in a while with a roundhouse.
Right. Again, this is what we talked about. This is the Snake Eyes style. He's
Yeah.
so willing to be patient. What? How did you know? How did you know?
Exactly what? JB finally throws a fireball, and Snake Eyes jumps it perfectly. It's that sixth sense of the grappler mains.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get hit. I can't believe that recovered in time.
Yasar saved the neutral. Oh man, Snake Eyes doing such a good job getting Dry Meter back out of it, but finally gets thrown and pays for it.
Oh no, he threw too early. This is a bad situation. You're stuck in the corner over here. I like that drive reversal. Put him back in there. No, I was about to say, watch out for walk up SPD.
Yeah. That spacing from Snake Eyes, like he actually walked out of like any type of jump back button range and walked right into him as he landed for the SPD. That was like years and years of being a Zangief main right there.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I bet you a lot of the players do this. It was a smart thing to do. You should just go to training mode and make Rashid activate Isar so you can learn how close you can walk up to that thing and start parrying.
Yeah.
Because I always just walk face first into it. Because it hits farther than it looks, right? Like it does. And so I just walk into it and I'm like, well.
No, 100%. Snake Eyes now, yeah, he tried to bet on something so he didn't get burnt out, but JB gonna put him a pixel away. And again, he's trying to bet on something, but all of it coming up the wrong thing.
Look, Boost, that is not how you use the word trip guard, okay?
Oh boy. Look, all I'm gonna say about trip guard is that I think we should all say landing frames instead of trip guard. That's
I would
all
just
I
say
want to
punish
say.
the landing. Trip
Yes.
guard means you can block the trip when you land. That's
I don't want that term anymore. Let's just hit the landing frames.
And
Okay,
again,
but
I can say that because
you are one of the
literally
authorities, or the authority on it, right?
me and my brother made up that term. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
term
yeah.
is literally a J&J Chen, term.
Straight up. Oh, the parry gets thrown up again. JB has thrown so many of Snake Eyes, but Snake Eyes has tried to parry a lot, right? And it's one of those things you
the
gotta do with
overhead.
Zangief. Oh.
Dude, it's so scary, dude. It's almost like MVCI, like when you do like Dante guns and then tag, like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What do you do, you know?
Yeah, and again, right, it goes back to something we talked about with Zangief and like the fact that he has to rely on the universal mechanics a lot of the time to play defense. And you see Snake Eyes betting on parry a lot, but JB has really been punishing him for it effectively. Oh, and even the walk up right there to switch it up, knowing he's not gonna go to parry then. Oh my, bro.
Knockdown.
This man JB is water and lights included in Snake Eyes' head right now.
Dude, again, if the Marvel vs. Capcom collection means that we do get an MVC4 in the future, Rashid had better be a character because he's already doing Marvel combos in this game, dude. Like
People have wanted it, literally since since we saw him in Street Fighter V. We're like, yeah, and I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Oh boy,
that's gonna hurt. Ow.
How quickly this round can get out of hand against Zangief.
Oh no, but he burned himself out. Tried to parry.
He's
He's in a tough situation, but you gotta watch out when you throw those twin shots. He's got that level 2 ready to go.
Wow.
Wow, that clipped him.
A rare side of Lariat being good.
Right? It worked.
That joint hit higher than I expected it to, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, a broken clock is right twice a day, right? I mean, so you know.
Fair enough.
Oh man.
We go to the spin mix. Oh, it's
the
Snake
shimmy.
Eyes.
Look
Got
at this
caught
damage.
reaching. JP has done such a good job putting himself in
Oh, he
all these
got it.
situations.
The empty low. The scary part right now is that, never
Bruh.
mind. Snake Eye still has a critical art, and when Zangief has a critical art, you're never safe. But what a check on that forward dash.
Yeah,
Nicely
man.
done, and JB is gonna move to grand finals by sending Snake Eyes to the loser side.
Yeah, and JB, I think, just made so many right decisions, honestly. Obviously, he played really good neutral to put himself in a lot of Oki scenarios, but after that Oki started, I mean, it just snowballed out of control so many times. Even at that part at the end where he had Snake Eyes cornered, he went for the throw, Snake Eyes jumped out of it, he got the anti-air trade, and then he jumped over, and Snake Eyes committed to throw. We saw that earlier in the set, right? Same thing, like where Snake Eyes just committed to throw after a scenario like that. And then I feel like it's a little funky because I feel like the characters are pretty far away from each other, not exactly in throw range immediately after that. But it's a habit he fell back on, and it's a habit JB exposed a couple of times. So big ups to him putting himself in grand finals. That is a great spot for him to be in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And like I said, he was number 3 on that list, right? Yeah, so he's number 3. So this is really important for him. But you know, Nephew is still in this tournament here. So because Nephew is coming up next against Chris T, and I'm gonna say this. Ringe. I love Nephew to death. I always like rooting for him. But if he loses, we get Chris T versus Snake Eyes.
Ooh. Wow.
The return, the grudge match. Oh,
that's
man.
wild. That is definitely WNF classics right there, 100%. What a lot of people, you know, that consider themselves 09ers like myself, grew up on in the FGC when it comes to watching the streams and whatnot. So we do have to get through this match first, however. And just to remind the folks at home again, Super Region. So JB's best placing so far is 2nd place. So if he gets like a 1st and a 2nd under his belt, he's going to be in a prime spot. But obviously, we still got this whole tournament to get through.
I mean, after this, I mean, JB, I mean, if he does win it, let's just say that JB ends up winning it. JB and Nephew will basically be neck and neck.
Yeah.
Nephew already has a 1st and a 2nd place himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's also obviously still here, so he can still make top 4. You know, I mean, he's top 4 right now, so.
Yeah, no, Nephew is already looking at like one of the front runners here as we're into our 3rd World Warrior event out of 5. So it is starting to take shape. Beautiful Tatsu to get past the fireball and punish it outright. Oh, and the Hezi on the jab. Oh, that Hezi.
So good.
That was AI on Jordan, brother. Oh my goodness.
Damn. Oh man, you're talking about the goat getting crossed up by AI, dude.
Bro, that just the timing on that was so slick.
Yeah, it was so good.
Oh, Chris T tries to parry a safe jump. Nephew stood 1 step ahead. Oh yeah, it's not over. The feng shui pressure never ends when you think it's going to.
Feng shui definitely is very.
Oh!
And you know what the crazy thing is? You know, for most characters, their sweeps are one of their farthest range moves, and most people don't use them because they're so punishable. So people stand outside of the range of the crouching medium kick, not the heavy kick.
Yeah.
But he stood out of the range of the heavy kick. He knew.
Yeah, that was really expert stuff from Nephew right there. Chris T definitely feels like one of those players that uses sweep a bit more. The Ken players, I feel like in general, are starting to use sweep a bit more because, yeah, as you mentioned, right, that crouch medium kick is such a threat. People prioritize being out of that range constantly. Right. Nice Hezi jab again. Perfect timing to blow up Nephew's defensive rhythm.
Perfect timing for the perfect KO. Chris T taking game number 1 against Nephew. And, you know, we talked about how strong, you know, Snake Eyes and Chris T are. I mean, again, you know, Nephew's like, you know, he's gone full time into this, and he did super well at EWC and all at UFA and everything. But you know, Chris T and Snake Eyes are 2 players that are never out. You know, they're never. They'll never be overshadowed. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Their fundamentals are too strong that if they're putting time into the game, they're always going to be players that threaten to take the whole tournament. And Chris T already putting another round on the board here, getting close to 2-0 lead on Nephew. Gotta stem the bleeding here if you're on the Neff side. Oh, the trade. Yeah, I was gonna say trade combo for sure.
That's beautiful right there from Nephew to get that trade.
Ooh, little delay timing from Nephew that time, but Chris T, that crouch medium punch. Yeah, it is a great counter poke button, man.
Oh yeah.
Throw it out there, buffer the drive rush behind it as you saw Chris T do there. But look at the Hezi timing from Nephew this time.
Yeah. It was right. It just gave Chris enough rope to feel like, okay, I can walk back safely now. And he stood up and just got caught on the toes right there.
My man walked off the plank. Overhead, good block. Chris T and blocking the overheads. He's been really on point with that today.
Yeah, I know. I feel like, I mean, unfortunately, you know, not a lot of these characters can do Chun-Li stance fakes into low, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You're not really gonna be mixing your option up there as jury. Well, you know, Nephew
now-
didn't need to mix a damn thing up in that round.
Yeah, Chris T ended game number 1 with a perfect, and now Nephew ending game number 2 with a perfect. So both of them showing some very dominant performances back and forth here. 2 Matcherino codes left according to JNV11, so get in there.
Please do. Me and James did our due diligence. We need the people. What a perfect parry in response to the drive rush. See if Nephew sprinkles in a drive rush throw later on. Trying to take his turn back after the third light. Obviously, very common scenario in this game.
Oh, the crouching medium kick, but he didn't drive rush cancel it. But he just got the raw jump in, just like that.
Again, the hezzy again from Chris T. It's counter hit these crouch medium kicks time and time again. This is wild. And then baits out the ODDP, which I'm a little surprised by, right? Because Chris is going with the hezzy, so he is blocking first on a lot of these Okis as well.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I was like, that's an interesting choice because, yeah, he has been going for these hezzies. And they will beat reversal.
Bro. And look at this crouch medium punch counter poke right here. Monster button.
Oh, out of there. Oh, not punished in time. He was in the middle of a move, so he couldn't quite do it. And now Nephew has Chris in the corner. Oh, throw loops. And he's not even doing a true meaty throw loop as well. He's doing a hezzy throw as well.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, nice counter. Checks the drive rush. Doesn't get bullied for free. This is slugfest right now.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, Finn asks in the chat over there, is Ken still broken? No, he's the worst Shoto in the game right now.
Facts. Gonna say he's better than Akuma, and Ryu just won the CBT premiere. So can we say, level 3?
Did you? No, he didn't touch a button. Okay.
He
Wow, he went for the whole level 3. Not even just an ODDP. He went for the level 3 because he's like, you know what? If I'm right, I want to at least start the comeback here.
Yeah, that's what I wonder. I'm like, did you really just like, was that a missed input or level 3? Beautiful Tatsu. Because usually I would expect him to do level 1, but obviously Jury can meet you with projectiles, and Nephew finds the trade to take the set lead. Man.
Wow, okay. Oh, nice. Hey, shout outs to Huntress cheering on Nephew, the coach.
Yo,
That's
Nephew's coaching is so sick. I've seen the clip where I think it was Huntress that was playing. Oh, we'll get into that in a minute, though, because Chris is applying the pressure. Overhead, not quite meaty enough to combo. At least he didn't believe it was. Nephew now going to take advantage.
Mm-hmm. Go into the corner. Oh, wow. What? I don't know what Chris did. He just got hit by the drive rush standing strong. It was like a slight delay on that one. Gave Chris enough time to just try. Oh, the spacing again. Oh, man.
Man, Nephew said beep, beep. Hit the rear real quick. Beautiful walk back.
Dude, the whole team is showing up over here, by the way. A bunch of the Sajam Slam guys are showing up over here. Want to definitely give a shout outs to the Sajam Slam. Again, awesome format. Love it. I was also really glad to see you doing some commentary for the Sajam Slam as well. So
thank you, man. Hey, that's actually an aspect I didn't think about. That's cool. Like the students can go into like the tournaments that are not part of that, right, and see their coach and be like, "Go on, coach, get him."
Yeah.
That's like actually super sick.
And you know, I've always said that fighting games are so much easier to learn when you have people helping you, giving you advice, cheering you on and stuff like that, and comforting you after losses.
And yeah, somebody's gonna have to comfort Chris T after this loss, James. His nephew hits the level 3. That's gonna be all she wrote.
Oh, that is okay, yeah. So we're not gonna get the Snake Eyez Chris T match, but this is a run back. Nephew, of course, was sent to losers bracket by Snake Eyez, and now Nephew has a chance for some revenge over here.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, I was saying that I really like the Nephew coaching because I seen the clip where I think it was Huntress playing. I think she plays Chun-Li, playing against somebody else, and yeah, they like threw a fireball or something. And Nephew was just like, if you see that again, see if you can react with level 2. And then Huntress just like immediately did it next fireball, and I was like, this is what fighting games are all about. Like that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's so much to bridge the gap when learning fighting games, right? That if you have someone there to just answer your questions, like it really speeds up the process tenfold.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak from experience too, because I was in the Tekken Say Jam Slam, you know, the
Yeah.
second one that he did. And I still remember playing on ranked, and MYK was just watching me through Discord. You know, I just shared my screen, and he was giving me all this advice. It was great. Like it was so nice to have that, you know, kind of a thing. So again, shout outs to Say Jam, shout outs to the Say Jam Slam, and also shout outs to everybody, you know, really working with it. We got Say Jam Slam stickers in actual Street Fighter 6. They're playing this weekend at TwitchCon for the championships, you know. It's
so sick,
really
man.
cool. It's really cool. So again,
That's so
I
sick.
love seeing this succeed, because also showing that, yeah, like if you have the right people with you, learning fighting games can be a joy. And you see a lot of these guys learning fighting games and they're just like, this is so fun, you know, like why did I not do this before?
No replacement for direct feedback. Was that a jump cancel SPD, Snake Eyes?
Might have been.
Because that was a throw attempt from Nephew. I'm pretty sure that was throw animation. I feel like that was.
By the way, idiot with a job, same. He says, I learned by playing alone with no friends and crying after 8-hour BQ session. Yes.
I'm not looking at the chat, but if somebody does confirm that was a jump cancel SPD, please let me know, James, because that was.
Muckmaster says, he says that
it
was.
was right.
Okay. Yeah.
That was ridiculous. What a way to start the losers finals, and now we get a
backdash.
Oh man. But I hear the Halloween theme in my mind. This man full Michael Myers right now. Yeah, bro. Like Nephew.
Man.
I'm praying you survive, bro. CA on deck as well. Don't get too frisky. Oh no!
Are you kidding me?
No, that was Forbidden Arts, Forbidden Scrolls. I never want to see anything like that again. No way. Please no. Oh my, on a pixel of life. Nephew, you have a chance. Oh my, the pressure.
The trade.
This man had a spacing trap off the drive reversal. That is Uma forbidden techniques. That was one of the ways Uma won Capcom Cup.
That's right. Yeah.
That is. Man.
I think we all got by that.
100%.
100%. Everybody, nobody in the chat got away from that. I'm sorry. Maybe Danny Pham did, because Danny Pham is a Geef player.
Sure.
But outside of him, no.
Oh my goodness, bro. What a spacing trap that was, Nephew. I'll be so impressed right now. He's able to compose himself. He does find the frame trap. He burns out Snake Eyes with the DI combo as well. Catches him reaching. This is the type of snowball Nephew's looking for. Oh no, he was 2+ because of the burnout. Spins the DI, burns himself out, but it's okay. Can he get the kill here?
Should be.
Oh, Zangief!
Got the extra health. No, and he's got the level 2 that'll go through the fireball. I kept Snake Eyes. Oh my God.
Zangief being resourceless, no drive, no super, the little bit of extra health mattering more than it ever has.
Oh man. And also, by the way, I guess when Snake Eyes plays on stream, we get all of the Zangiefs in here. What's up, Stupendous? What's going on, man?
Oh man,
glad to see you here.
You're damn right. Class is pulled up. This is one of the senseis of the character after all. Oh, trying to swing with the big stand fierce. There and Nephew to swing into it with punishing left and right.
Oh, he went to drive rush SPD, dude. He was going for the reset right there.
He wanted it. Nephew stayed ready with the pinwheel. Another with punish.
Oh no. Yeah, Nephew already stole a turn a little bit earlier, and I think Snake Eyes kind of got that read right there. He's like, okay,
Boy, did he
Nephew's
ever.
being kind of aggressive right now, so.
Boy, did he ever. A Nephew take some time back to the lobby for just a second here. Reset everything.
I feel like, you know, as much as everybody is like, there's so many people in the chat are like, nerf Geef. Oh my God, I hate Zangief. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a giant army of Lily players. Like, learn Lily.
That's a good point.
Just so you can blow up Zangief, honestly.
That's a good point. Hopefully we get to see some rise in popularity, but yeah, right now Lily's still one of the underplayeds, even if I think she's pretty good. Ooh, nice immediate reset.
Dude, I mean, I really do. I mean, Danny Pham says he thinks it's one of the worst matchups in the game, and I'm kind of inclined to agree.
I'm saying, man.
I actually think Lily beats Zangief easier than Dhalsim does. I mean, because Dhalsim, the thing about Dulcim is you have to learn Dulcim to play him. You know what I mean? Whereas if you're Lily, you just hit Crouching Fierce a bunch of times and Zangief just cries, basically, so.
Well, then, you know, maybe we'll see that another time. Right now, Nephew trying to bring himself back into this set here. Hey, guys, on set point, but he is cornered. Nothing like a cornered Zangief, though.
Got it this time. Got it this time. Big life lead here, and yeah, Snake Eyes probably just going for some sort of risky wake-up option because he's like, you know what, I'm kind of down anyway, so I can kind of sacrifice this round.
Indeed. Oh, try to bait out the level 3 right there off the drive rush cancel. So he kept the tight string in the back dash. Nice parry after the headbutt. Not bullied here.
Oh, wow. It's like, you know what? It's not a true block string. I've got a projectile invul move here.
The knowledge from Snake Eyes on display. Those are the situations he's more ready for you than you are because of the Zangief matchup. Yeah. You saw another bait out from Nephew. Snake Eyes not committing to it.
And again, you know, I often praise Snake Eyes' use of trading mode because when you do watch his streams, he's like, okay, this situation's annoying. How do I beat this? And he just sits there and labs every option, right? That's what you're supposed to do.
Look,
and
Nephew.
Oh, what a jump.
He's baited every time. He hasn't committed to anything. Does get stuck blocking there. Now you're dead to a level 3. It's scarier than ever.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you see how far he ran, dude?
He finally committed to something, right? He was like, I'm gonna do it. Look, he's committing now. He hasn't seen Snake Eyes do a level 3. He's finally telling him, testing him.
Right. But one light into drive rush cancel, into ODDP, OD lariat.
This is so
7 and 20. That's it. Oh, that's it. What did I just say? Indeed. Oh, and he doesn't even bother with it.
You're next.
He actually did the hell stab into level 2, which is actually a really hard combo to do.
Now when you're Snake Eyes, flexes on him. 3-0 like that, man. That was, oh man. It was just so interesting to see that, the level of respect shown. You have to show that level 3 that respect, but Snake Eyes got so many free turns back to neutral because of that. And yeah, it was tough, right? Nephew finally started pushing the envelope a little bit, was committing to things here and there, but because Snake Eyes was not really trying to aggressively take advantage, he didn't eat anything big either, right? So he just really sat on his lead, sat on the meter, being a big threat. And we talk about this all the time, James, the fact that the threat of an option is as dangerous as the option itself.
Yep. Because if you can get people scared of it, and you know, that's why a lot of people, when they fight Zangief, they lose to him, right? Because they're so scared of the SPD, you're holding up back, you're running away, you won't block, you know, and honestly, one of the things that you have to do when you fight Zangief is you have to accept the fact that you're just going to eat an SPD for not doing anything every once in a while. Yep. That's just part of the mix-up. But if you're always trying to run away from the SPD, you will die faster than if you just take one SPD. Because Zangief, when he's on the offense too, he's like, should I SPD? Is he going to jump? And so, you know, you can actually play that little mind game with him.
Yeah, I know it doesn't feel good getting command grab. Trust me, it doesn't feel good when I get command grab. But it's something like, it's a mental block that people have to overcome, right? And just be like, yeah, like getting command grab is a part of playing against grapplers. Like, and as long as you weigh the options in a like logical, objective way and leave your emotions out of it, you'll be all right most of the time.
Hey, shout outs to Rotary Lover 89. Thank you, JNV, once again, for always keeping a track of this matcherino. But shout outs to Rotary Lover 89, who donated $52.19 to get the prize pool up to a nice round number of $69.69.
That is the roundest number as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I'm saying. But of course, this is grand finals, so that is the best time to do it. JB and Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes already on the board, of course. Parry thrown up, and that's what a lot of what we saw in the first winners finals, right? Snake Eyes obviously looking to do that to get himself out of a lot of defensive scenarios, but JB threw it so many times.
Right, remember this was the winners finals match where JB won 3-1 against Snake Eyes. Oh, you were just too late trying. Ow, the headbutt. Ow.
Damn. JB just couldn't pick a good defensive timing there. Like,
yeah.
Everything he tried, just counter hit left and right.
Dude, sometimes that just happens, man.
It
Sometimes
do.
just happens. You're just like, you're always like one frame too slow on every button you press, and you're like, well, that sequence sucked, and then you just forget it and move on. So
That's why I put it like that, right? Like, cause we've all been there. Oh my,
yeah.
so much life, so much drive, already down the drain. Snake Eyes trying to put an exclamation point on it.
I will tell you this, Ringe. Every time I get into a Reservoir Dog situation, I always get hit. I always push the button second and I get hit, dude. Honestly.
Oh, what a reaction. We've talked about that.
Oh, nice.
Some of these longer startup normals, players are getting better and better at reacting perfect parry.
Oh, and he's got a level 2. How's he gonna play this? Okay, so he's not gonna go into the Asar right away, it looks like, because he's got the level 1, and that should just kill. Yeah, wow. Again, this character just, his combos never stop, and he does so much damage, dude.
That's what I said. He rings out the damage, like legit. You think that it's done, and he squeezes out a bit more every time. Oh, my.
Oh, how did that reach? Holy crap, that was 4?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, another great driver's check, right? Snake Eyes has been expert with that all night.
Oh, wow, what a walk back just to get right outside of that couching fierce range. I mean, again, when you fight Zangief, you think Zangief's only want to move forward, right? Oh, that was a little too early on that SVD. What a backdash!
My goodness, and then just chases him back down with it. Snake Eyes here tying up the rounds.
Man, dude, whatever happened in the winners finals, Snake Eyes thought about it, apparently, because he is looking strong right now. Can he go up 2-0 against JB here?
Oh, another great driver's check. So many times with this crouch light kick. Ooh, but yeah, it wasn't counter hit. I think that might be a counter hit only thing. I think
God, those headbutts are so scary. You see how fast it burns them out.
That was
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Wait, why didn't that work? Why didn't that work?
I don't know.
The setup.
Slight miscalculation in some way, somehow, or maybe the game just didn't want Snake Eyes to have that combo. Either way.
Is that a Zangief versus Rashid thing? Is that a Rashid thing? Because that's literally the setup. You stun them, you jump backwards, and maybe he didn't walk all the way into Rashid.
Something. JB is well aware that the level 3 was looming. Goes directly into his own level 3 as well to burn out Snake Eyes.
So he'll actually recover from burnout first if he can just keep you know, an even kind of situation here. But Rashid, I mean, when he has you in burnout, it is such a tough situation. It is such a tough situation.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna get bullied all day, every day. Get in your face. Are you gonna keep doing so? Look at that again. So many parries from Snake Eyes. Getting called out by JB. Knocked in this corner again. Beautiful spacing though. Snake just outside that crouch medium kick range. DI in response to the whirlwind as well. The reactions, but no. Maybe this is some type of Rashid hurtbox thing. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, right?
Some end characteristic Snake Eyes drops.
Oh, and look at this. I was saying Snake Eyes was looking so strong, but now JB with the official lead here.
Wild to see right now. Snake Eyes is looking so convincing at the start of this set, but momentum's getting kind of out of control, and it's been some weird execution.
Dude, Snake Eyes is
Oh
probably the best. Oh, that was a counter hit. You get bounced, and you're gonna get Oh, he didn't go for the combo right there. He didn't want to put himself too close to burnout, it looks like.
Your drive gauge, your life, your drive gauge, everything just crumbling.
Holy crap, that was a lot. Oh my god, it's so scary. But I was just about to say, I really do think that Snake Eyes is one of the best Zangiefs at sneaking in the headbutt. He's so good at finding the times to sneak in that headbutt, man.
Nice stuff from JB right there. I mean, Snake Eyes just a slight window to try to parry the tornado, punished it up. Now he's starting to snowball. Just walk up and press the buttons. Snake Eyes is a footsie usually so good, but JB beat him to the kick that time to take a 2-1 lead here in Grand Finals, one game away from closing it out in first place.
And I just tested it. Yeah, that jump back lariat does work on Rashid, so it's not like some crazy hitbox thing. It might have just been like 1 or 2 frames too late that he just did the lariat a little too late.
Unfortunate. I mean, yeah, that's part of how this set got to where it is now.
Yeah.
Some weird.
Keep in mind too
drops.
that Snake Eyez did not play in the second week, so he got 25 points in the first week, but doesn't have it. Okay, see, he's like, look, this worked. Okay.
Oh, spine buster plus 30. Stomp frame kill. Oh, spine buster. Yeah.
Okay, bust out.
Tired
And you
of
know
it.
what? JB, I mean, if he can build some meter for that level 2, he definitely can still win this round.
Oh
My God,
my.
just overheads all day.
Snake
Now
Eyes,
you
come
gotta
on,
have
bro.
him.
Oh, Yasar follows it up cleanly. Yes, sir. JB on set point, tournament point. I need some more Street Fighter Snake Eyes. Come on, bro.
And like I said, there's so few characters that can have the safe jump, high, low, shimmy, and throw mix-up all in one setup. And that's what Rashid gets here.
Oh, he tried it that time.
Oh, that could have hurt.
My goodness, Snake Eyes. How did he know that there was going to be a meaty headbutt on the other end of that weird hit? What is that whiff combo? What is happening? My goodness.
Did he whip a throw?
He was crushed medium punch, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
But still,
he's in
so
the corner
strange.
now. Oh boy.
Tried
Here we
something
go.
this time. At least it wasn't
Not like
parry.
this.
JB's like, yeah, I dare you to parry. Oh my goodness, Snake Eyes took the dare. Level
Here
2.
comes the Isar.
And throws build so
go.
much meter. That's why JB is looking for so many throws.
Yeah, the wind condition is out, but he's he got shimmied again. Remember that kept happening to him on the winner's side. Oh, he dashed and parried.
Yeah.
And parried.
And JB not holding down back during the recovery of the parry. Got clipped. I'm not sure what he was looking for.
Okay. Oh wow, what a whip punish. Enhanced whirlwind. Yeah, you can't get out for free.
My DP
Oh, what?
actually has a cross-up hitbox. I don't know what's happening. Snake Eyes got it though.
Oh, we got him with the sweep. Oh, he tried to bait a wake up something.
Dang,
he got
and
caught.
that drive rush crouch light kick actually checked Snake Eyes' check attempt. It was a potent tool.
It's appropriate. I mean, from Street Fighter V, we all remember
Yeah.
how much we hated Rashid's crouching light kick. Oh boy, here we go. Level. He's just going for his jackhammer. How much damage is it gonna do? Not much at all.
No, but Snake Eyes, that was such a good check because it was the drive rush crouch light kick and he stuffed
wants
it that time.
He got the Asar. He has the Asar ready to go.
He needs drive rush jump scare, double backdash. You know what's to follow. Snake Eyes, yeah, he doesn't want to get thrown. He's not gonna commit to parry early. Oh, the low opens him up. There's no more tornado.
But he burns himself out and he has no. Oh, but it's enough to kill. It's actually enough to kill. And JB wins the tournament with the Asar once again.
Oh man, the win
Rashid.
condition. Level 2 right there. I mean, honestly though, that was really predicated on the fact that JB had thrown so many parry attempts from Snake Eyes, right? We saw early on where Snake was able to get mad drive meter back because he was really able to time the parries against the Yasar properly. And JB really started structuring his offense to make sure he couldn't do that anymore. And he really put him in a position right there where it was like, you can parry, but at that distance, I could easily react and then go up and throw you. So Snake Eyes never did it. He ended up blocking him down, making him guess with the high-low and rode that to victory. That was so good from JB.
Yeah, nicely done to JB. And you can tell how much people in the chat dislike Rashid because they're actually booing Rashid for beating Zangief. That's a shock to me, unless they're all Zangief players, because apparently they all joined the chat at this point in time. So, but man, yeah, I mean, honestly, a great match from Snake Eyes. I mean, again, taking out Nephew twice in dominant fashion when Nephew, like I said, clearly one of the best NA players right now. Snake Eyes is still right there, but you know, JB able to take him down using that Rashid, who again, you know, everyone acknowledges probably, I mean, I think he's like the universal, everyone thinks that character's top 3.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, 100%. So, all right. So, with JB winning first place here at World Warrior number 3, that means there's 3 people that could technically control their fate, right? And kind of make it out of the super region. That's going to be ChrisCCH, Nephew, and now JB. If either of those 3 players win the next 2 World Warrior events, they will make it out because they will have won all 3. They would have 3 first placings. And yeah, if one of them wins the next 2, that means the other 2 can't win the next 2, which would pretty much, in that case, we would. What?
No, I was just about to say, because I mean, look at this. Like, Nephew has a win and then a 40 point finish. ChrisCCH has a win and a 35-point finish. JB has a 40-point finish and a 25-point finish. But now he won.
Yeah.
Dude, this is neck and neck, dude. This is seriously some neck and neck stuff here.
Yeah, so like if somebody just goes like Super Saiyan and they end up winning the next 2, like then that's just, it's in the books, right? But if that doesn't happen, like that's gonna be, it could come down to the wire. We could see some tiebreakers. I don't know how it works if like 2 players got like 2 first places and 1 second places. I don't know if it's like total points at that point. We'll find out obviously before that time comes. But yeah, man, we're starting to get to that point.
Yeah, but also keep in mind, because this is a super region, whoever has the most points out of 3, the top 3 finishes automatically qualifies. That was to rectify what happened to poor Ending Walker last time, right? So remember, he won every one last year and he still had to qualify. But again, even the person who qualifies, they also sit out the finals, which the next top 8 players go in and actually fight it out for that second qualification spot.
Yeah, exactly. That first place player will be basically removed from the top 8 seedings, right? And then the top 8 players from there will play into the regional finals bracket for that second spot in Capcom Cup for all the super regions. I didn't even realize till recently that the super premieres also grant 2 spots. So for Singapore and Japan, like the final 2 actually qualify for Capcom Cup.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So 2 qualify. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
nice.
obviously next CPT offline is East Coast Throwdown, but I think Singapore is after that, if I'm not mistaken. So stuff's around the corner, everybody. So keep an eye out. Of course, this is the 3rd World Warrior for the US, Canada, West. One of my favorite regions, period to commentate because of our obvious location bias. But it was a great tournament, man.
Yeah, for sure. And, I just want to take some time to give a bunch of people shout outs here. Shout outs to Bait, of course, for always, for sponsoring this tournament over here. And definitely want to check out a lot of their stuff. We've got some great Street Fighter based merch and some a new line with some Third Strike art and it looked like some Super Turbo art with the 4 Kings as well from all the Super Turbo sketch artwork, which it's like one of my favorite Street Fighter artwork ever is the official Super Turbo sketch art out there. Also, shout outs to Rotary Lover once again for the big donation, getting us the prize pool of $69.69. And of course, finally, shout outs to all of you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and had a great time. And of course, shout outs to Ringe, always doing an amazing, fantastic job here. Always love commentating with you. Good times, man.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll do it again real soon, James.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. See you guys this weekend, probably. Until then, be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and enjoy some Street Fighter 6.